Functional neurology is the application of brain-based rehabilitation which integrates the study and application of neuroanatomy, physiology, reflexogenic systems, and biomechanics. An alteration to the brain or body due to head trauma, whiplash, birth trauma, inflammation, neurological damage, degeneration, or altered biomechanics can result in a change in function to the brain as well as many areas of the body. These changes in function also result in inappropriate information being sent through the relay centers of the brain. Symptoms such as tremors, dizziness, double vision, spasticity, hypotonia, neurological developmental delay, changes in gait patterns, problems with speech, and even psychological conditions occur when dysfunction or altered communication is present in the brain. Unfortunately, this process of dysfunction is an ongoing negative feedback mechanism. Unless the information being relayed is corrected, the problem will continue to persist. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to change and adapt to our environment. This principle allows practitioners to create and/or reestablish connections between neurons. We pride ourselves on being highly specialized in treating specific conditions of the human nervous system with a non-invasive approach yielding effective results. Clinical neuroscience has developed systems of assessing pathways in the brain which can be strengthened in a similar way as you would strengthen a muscle. For example, a person with weak biceps can make them stronger by performing bicep curls. This exercise helps build proteins in the muscle, which creates more strength. Functional neurology and neurorehabilitation is no different. Our doctors are highly trained in stimulating weak neuronal pathways to develop more proteins to become stronger. Neurological therapies develop positive plasticity, which can be performed with any part of the brain to increase function. Finding the correct set of targeted exercises for each patient is key to correcting the problem where it starts. Traditionally, neurology tends to look at disease of the nervous system as black and white, with one side being optimal neurological function and the other being neurological diagnoses, such as cerebral palsy, autism, ADHD, dyslexia, stroke, tumor, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, or Alzheimer's, just to name a few. Functional neurology explores dysfunction of the nervous system as different shades of gray. Finding subtle changes in function of the nervous system allows the application of clinical neuroscience to reconnect specific pathways and can even strengthen those pathways before they become a distinct pathology. A large focus in our programs is calibrating the vestibular system, or balance centers located deep within the ear. The vestibular system is responsible for regulating balance, movement, muscle control, posture, eye position, and stability. The vestibular system is most often one of the major culprits in sensory mismatch and feedback to our brain. By using sensory, motor, and receptor-based applications, we can improve pathways to the brain which have become altered due to inappropriate feedback. Treatments are intended to integrate brain function and retrain the parts of the nervous system that may be malfunctioning by improving communication between the brain and the body. Neurons or nerve cells need fuel and activation in order to thrive and survive. Fuel can be defined as oxygen, glucose, and essential nutrients. Activation refers to stimulation of the nervous system, which causes changes in the structure and metabolism of the nerve cell. Specific recommendations from your functional neurologist regarding nutritional changes and supplementation may help boost the energy-driven mechanism during your neurorehabilitation program. Our programs are designed to increase the metabolic capacity of the cells supplying your brain with fuel. Limiting overexertion of the cells by pushing them to and not beyond their maximum potential at a specific point in time will ultimately increase the strength and endurance of the foundation of the nervous system. Currently, our center is offering intensive neurorehabilitation programs for patients with the following conditions: stroke rehabilitation, developmental disorders including but not limited to cerebral palsy, spina bifida, ADHD, autism spectrum disorders, and dyslexia, concussion, mild traumatic brain injury, and whiplash, vestibular rehabilitation, including but not limited to vertigo, BPPV, Meniere's disease, chronic and persistent pain, including pre- and post-surgical conditions and complex regional pain syndrome, movement disorders, including but not limited to Parkinson's, Huntington's, dystonias, different types of chorea, and other tremors, sports performance for Olympic and professional athletes, dysautonomias, including anxiety, headaches, migraines, and positional orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, otherwise known as POTS. Each patient will be given an individualized set of therapies based on their goals and our prognosis. Goal setting is an important part of the process. We ask that patients and families be honest about what they expect and how much they're willing to put in the process outside their treatment time. With a team-based approach, including family, caregivers, therapists, and other doctors, our patients have reached and even surpassed the goals for their intensive neurorehabilitation programs. Treatment is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Rehabilitation programs are dependent on your exam findings. The longer someone's brain is adapting to negative changes, the longer it will take to rehabilitate their way out of it. Contact us today regarding your case. We provide initial consultations prior to starting a treatment plan to ensure that our therapies can help improve the function of your nervous system. Virtual consultation via Skype or FaceTime are also available for our patients traveling from abroad.